Lilith Part 2. The Great Pursuit and the Pact of the Red Sea. The air in Eden did not merely grow cold. It shattered. In the Garden of Perfection, where every breeze was a caress and every shadow was soft, a rift had opened that no amount of divine light could heal. Lilith, the first woman, stood before Adam not as a subordinate, but as an equal. Yet, in the eyes of the man and the structure of the world he envisioned, there was no room for two masters. When Lilith realized that her equality was a dream in a world built for one, she did not weep, and she did not beg. She chose a path of cosmic rebellion. According to the ancient and controversial alphabet of Ben Sira, Lilith did the unthinkable. She reached into the depths of her consciousness and uttered the Shem HaMepharishta, ineffable, secret name of God. In the realm of ancient mysticism, this name was no mere word. It was the source code of creation, the vibration that held the stars in their spheres and the earth in its place. To speak it was to command reality itself. As the holy syllables left her lips, a power surged through her that the garden could not contain. She grew wings of shadow and light, launching herself into the sky. She became a streak of fire against the firmament, crossing the boundary between the perfect world of Eden and the wild, chaotic regions beyond. She flew until she reached the shores of the Red Sea, a place of raging waters and jagged salt, choosing the harshness of freedom over the comfort of a gilded cage. The despair of Adam and the divine command Adam was left alone amidst the silent perfection of the garden. The silence was deafening, a constant reminder of the woman who had been his other half, his mirror, and his peer. Distraught, he looked toward the heavens and cried out to the Creator. He did not ask for a replacement or a servant. He pleaded for the return of Lilith. In response to this plea, the Creator did not send a legion of soft-winged messengers. Instead, he dispatched three specific, formidable entities: Senoi, Sansenoi, and These were not the gentle, harp-playing angels of later art. They were the angels of the presence, elite enforcers of the cosmic order. They were the architects of boundaries and the keepers of the law. Their mission was absolute, and the command they carried from the Almighty was a chilling ultimatum. Find her. If she agrees to return, well and good. If not, she shall permit 100 of her children to die every day. This was not a negotiation. It was a sentence to be delivered to the woman who had dared to rewrite the rules of her own existence. The confrontation at the edge of the world, the three angels tracked the resonance of the secret name across the desolate places of the earth. They found Lilith on the shores of the Red Sea, a location heavy with future symbolism, a threshold between slavery and freedom, order and chaos. She stood as a solitary figure against the crashing, crimson waves, no longer the inhabitant of a garden, but a queen in her newfound kingdom of exile. The angels descended, their presence casting long, cold shadows over the surf. The air grew heavy with the scent of ozone and salt. They did not lead with mercy. They delivered the ultimatum, the words hanging in the air like a blade. Return to Adam, or face the death of your offspring 100 for every day you refuse to submit. It was a choice designed to break any spirit. It was the ultimate test of her resolve. Choose the prison of a life where she was not whole, or endure an eternity of unimaginable grief. The transformation of the first woman. Lilith's response was not one of sorrow, but of chilling, unshakable resolve. Standing before the divine messengers, she looked into the face of the cosmic law and refused to blink. She would bear the grief of 1,000 lost children rather than return to a life of subservience. In that moment of defiance, the woman of Eden faded, and something else took her place. Her reply, recorded in the annals of folklore, was a declaration of her new, fearsome nature. Leave me. I was created only to cause sickness to infants. If the infant is male, I have dominion over him for 8 days after his birth, and if female, for 20 days. In this moment, Lilith embraced the darkness she had been accused of. She transformed from the first woman into the first demona, being fueled by her own sorrow and the fury of her exile. She became the Night Hag, the mother of demons, a creature of the winds and the shadows who existed outside the grace of the garden. The Pact of the Red Sea, the angels, bound by their divine orders, were prepared to seize her, perhaps even to drown her in the churning sea, to erase this defiant anomaly from creation. But Lilith was more than a rebel. She was a strategist. Even in her transformation, she understood the weight of the name she had spoken. In the final terrifying moment of the confrontation, Lilith proposed a secret pact that would allow her to retain her freedom while giving the angels a victory of their own. She swore, a sacred oath, by the very name of the living God, that her power would have a limit. She declared that whenever she saw the names or the faces of these three angels, Sansenoi and Semangelof, written on an amulet or placed above a newborn's bed, she would have no power over that child. She would be bound by her own word to pass over that house, leaving the infant untouched. This is the ancient origin of the Lilith amulet, a tradition that persisted for over 1,000 years in Jewish households. It was a covenant that transformed her into a complex, dualistic figure. She became both the predator to be feared and the bound entity who could be commanded by those who knew the names of her hunters. The echoes of defiance. The angels returned to the heavens with the news of her refusal and the terms of the pact. Lilith remained by the Red Sea, a shadow in the night, watching as the sun set on the world she had left behind. She had paid a price that no other being in creation had been asked to pay. She lost her home, her status, and the lives of her children. But in exchange, she gained something the angels themselves did not possess, a will that was entirely her own. To this day, the story of the pursuit to the Red Sea serves as a haunting reminder of the cost of autonomy. Lilith remains a figure of both terror and protection, a rebel who shook the heavens, and a mother of shadows who, even in her exile, remains bound to the human world by a pact made at the edge of the sea. The war for her soul may have ended that day, but her story was only just beginning. Through the millennia, she would become the nightmare of the cradle and the symbol of the woman who refused to be broken, the one who chose the wild, raging waters over the silence of a perfect cage.